Point shooting continues to have at least some advocates who still refer to some of the old classic texts on the subject, such as shooting to live. Point shooting proponents continue to claim that use of sights is not possible at speed. They'll also point out the low hit rates typically seen by law enforcement, particularly the New York Police Department. Let's take a look at what the reports show. In Shooting to Live, the authors included data from the Shanghai Police Department where they trained officers in their point shooting approach. The authors' results stated that they had 42 officers killed, of which 260 criminals were killed. 100 police were wounded compared to 103 criminals wounded. They used this data, which they supplied in their own book, as justification that their methods work. It turns out the NYPD releases reports in a manner nearly identical. Their annual firearms discharge report also showcases how well their officers did. I'm using data from the NYPD's 2011 report here because it includes a summary from 1971 to 2011. So several decades of data total. Note in the report that through this period, NYPD's training approach wanted officers to utilize a two-handed grip and making every effort to use the sights. The report noted that of those officers involved in an officer-involved shooting, nearly 3 out of 4 of them utilized a two-handed grip stance that they recommended in training, and almost half of them could recall making use of their sights during their altercation. In the 40-year period from 1971 to 2011, NYPD reported that 119 police officers were killed in officer-involved shootings, in which 1,049 criminals were killed. 661 police were injured compared to 2,399 criminals injured in OIS incidents. So, making a direct apples-to-apples comparison, that means that the approach used by the NYPD, which is a two-hand eye-level shooting stance making use of the sights, saw a 42.4% improvement in terms of officers killed and a 252% improvement concerning officers injured. It's worth noting that NYPD stats are typically used as a reason why police are doing poorly. So this is something to take into consideration if someone advocates why we should somehow return to point shooting as a way to improve police officer performance.